Blockbuster Washington Commanders trade incoming. Writer reveals crazy update revolving the Commanders and maybe trading one of their best stars. Yes, one of the best stars. Star wide receiver, Terrence. I'm your host, Azael Mejia, with Commander Digest, reporting everything all Washington Commanders, off season, regular season, everything in between. So if you want to be caught up to date, everything Washington Commanders, make sure to subscribe right now. If you're a new visitor, if you're a new watcher on the channel, we have a subscriber goal of hitting 500, yes, 500 subscribers by week 1 of the NFL. I believe we can do it. It's 16 weeks away. I know we can do it because YouTube has all these analytics, like next gen stats for football, and everything's in the green. Everything's in the green. So we're doing something right. But I know we can do it because view counts we've hit double, triple, quadruple the amount of views than we have subscriber count. So if everybody would have subscribed, we already would have beaten it by now. Excuse me, but nonetheless, that's a good problem to have in the channel. It's good, but it's still a problem nonetheless that 87.5 of y'all watching the videos are not subscribed. That's crazy, yo. Imagine watching multiple videos and not subscribing. Oh, I don't have a YouTube account. Yeah, that's a lie. Everybody under the sun has a YouTube account at this point. But nonetheless, we will dedicate. Maybe you're like, oh, I keep forgetting. We're going to dedicate this time right here to subscribe. It's that easy. Look, subscribe right now so we can hit that goal. I know we can beat it. But to get back to the video, yes, you heard that right. Man with many names. Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry. Terrence. Yes, Terry McLaurin is rumor. There's speculation online that he could be out of burgundy and gold. Yes, you heard that right. There's some tension brewing among the organization and star wide receiver Terry McLaurin. We'll get to that, but just to give you some background knowledge on his start of his career, for the new people, the new watchers, the new fans. The NFL is going more and more international, so we got to get these people involved. The new fans hop on the bandwagon while there's still space. Yes, you heard that right, because the Commanders are going places 2025 season. Just to break it down, his history within the league, he was drafted in 2019. 3rd round by Washington. Not the Commanders, but by Washington. If you know, you know. He was there. Luckily he was drafted in the later ending chapters of the old regime. Thank God, good riddance. But this is about to be his sixth year in burgundy and gold. And he has 1 year left on his contract left. And this is giving old regime right here that this should have been one of the first things done in the offseason or sooner. But it has not been done, and now it's starting to create tensions where there are speculations that he could be traded, he could be sitting out. I'm just a messenger. Don't hurt the messenger. People get mad at me. I'm just saying what I'm hearing, what I'm reading. So just to let you know, that's the case. But to break down his stats for last season, if he didn't deserve a contract, listen to these and let's see if he didn't deserve a contract. 2024 season, 82 catches, 1,096 yards. Excuse me, I just ate some ice cream. Ranked 15th among all wide receivers in the league, 13 touchdowns, career high for him. He also broke the record for most catches by wide receiver in franchise history, in the Washington history, broke that record. He also ranked 2nd among all wide receivers in touchdowns. He made his 2nd Pro Bowl selection, and he also made 2nd team All-Pro. If I don't know what else could be done. There's a lot of online chatter on the fan base saying, give him a blank check. What else can he do? What better season can he have to not get that contract done? I do not know. I'm not. And it makes sense that he has all these great stats. He did many accolades, high accolades, because you have a great quarterback. One of the best quarterbacks. I want to get that specific because people be saying the best. No, one of the best. Definitely top 16. There's no doubt about it. In Jayden Daniels, you have a great coach, Dan Quinn, a great offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, a great front office that also involves GM Adam Peters and gang up there, and also great owners in Joe Harris and Magic Johnson. So there's no surprise when you have a combination of successful people doing the right things, being open with communication, that your players succeed. When the front office is open and communicating, your players succeed. No surprise there. But nonetheless, Scary Terry could be on the move. And one of the teams that may be pushing for that trade is none other than the people up the street. Oop, I misclicked it. The Baltimore Ravens. Yes, the Baltimore Ravens are high on the idea of getting Scary Terry in purple, in black, in white. Yes, that Baltimore Ravens. Just to list off some of the players they already have, you don't already know. Lamar Jackson. They re-signed Derrick Henry to a new deal. Well, I don't know why they couldn't do that, the Commanders, with Scary Terry, but nonetheless. Zay Flowers. They also have Zay Flowers, who become a dynamic playmaker. Rashad Bateman. We made a video of Rashad Bateman maybe coming to the Commanders, us stealing one of their receivers, but now they're trying to steal one of our receivers. If you haven't seen that video, the video's up on the channel, so go watch that. Who had a breakout season in 2024, 756 yards with 9 touchdowns. They also added veteran wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins on a 1-year deal. So it looks to be that the Ravens are also going all in on their offense, and they're not done. They want to add another wide receiver 1 to Zay Flowers, and they're trying to get Scary Terry on board. It's not going to happen. I will do everything, little power that I have to make it not happen. No, it's a no. But if Scary Terry does happen to hit the trade market, expect the Ravens to make an aggressive push to get that deal done. We have quotes just to prove it, but first we're going to look at Scary Terry's stats. Played all 17 games. Health is wealth. You know it's not a Commander's Digest video if there's not a metaphor quote. The win there. 117 targets, 82 catches. I ain't good at math. I ain't a math major, but I'm pretty sure that's over 50, maybe 60. So, as I said, 13 touchdowns. Ooh, right here, someone's lying. 1,098 yards right here. Nonetheless, yards per catch, 13.4. He's a certified bucket, and they don't want to pay him. That's over a first down every time. Speaking of first down, 56 first downs. Yards per game is 65, and his longest rush is 86. Another key factor to note right here is that he's 29 years old, but look at that 250 days. He will hit 30 years old. I believe his birthday is in September. So he will be 30 this year. Gonna look for one last big money contract, long-term contract, because you already know the lifespan, the career span of a wide receiver in the league is very short term, and so he's gonna try to get that long-term deal done, which should be done. But we're also gonna look, because people don't believe I have evidence. I got the evidence. We got right here Anthony Palacios from Last Word on Sports of the idea of the Ravens maybe pursuing Scary Terry. The Ravens are set on Zay Flowers at wide receiver 1, but even though there's some confidence in Rashad Bateman, many shouldn't count out a trade possibility. DeAndre Hopkins is going on a 1-year deal, so they need a consistent receiver to replicate the performance of Flowers. Bateman might not last beyond 2 years, while McLaurin can. Yes, they know the potential that Scary Terry has on the field, a dynamic number 1 receiver himself, and you try to pair that up with their dynamic number 1 receiver, Zay Flowers. Just basically 1A and 1B. We're also going to look at what, as I said, there's some tension brewing within the Commanders organization. Terry McLaurin didn't show up to OTA practice this week, Wednesday of this week, based off the recording of this video. This past Wednesday, this week, he did not show up to practice. You know, that's a form of protesting among players who haven't got a contract done. Skipping OTAs. He just recently skipped OTAs. And this is what Jordan Schwartz from Fox Sports had to speak on it. Commanders All-Pro wide receiver Terry McLaurin was not at practice today as off-season workouts continue. He had been a full participant previously and is entering the final year of his contract. Worth monitoring as Phase 3 of Washington's program kicks off in under a week. Yes, you heard that right. He has not shown up to practice. We've seen this multiple times with other players who sit out practice because they want to get a contract done. And it makes sense from a player's standpoint, is that you don't want to hurt yourself in practice. You want to hurt yourself in the beginning of the year because you don't have a contract done. You get a contract done that fully guarantees you your money, fully guarantees your future. And the Commanders have not got it done with Terry McLaurin. As I said, it should have been done before. The fan base wants him to stay. He had one of his best seasons with the current regime that they are building towards. They just hit the NFC Championship. They lost. Who keeps mentioning the NFC Championship? I don't know who keeps doing that. But nonetheless, I do believe that a deal has to get done. Pay him what he has to pay. Unfortunately, we keep hearing of the Bengals, about freaking Bengals with the Jamar Chase and T. Higgins contract blowing up the market. That sort of doesn't help the Commanders at all. But as I said in other videos, if you haven't seen it, go watch those. The Commanders have a lot of money to play with. They're still one of the top teams in the offseason with the most cap space, and they're projected to be one of the top teams next season with the most cap space. So we'll see how the story develops. As you know, I will be covering anything breaks down if this story continues. But just if you want to be caught up with everything watching Commanders, make sure to subscribe right here. As I said, we're trying to hit 500 subscribers by week 1. And if anything breaks, you know, it'll be covered right here in the channel. I'm Azael Mejia with Commander Digest, and I'll see you in the next video.